What's going on, guys? So we finally are starting to get some The Batman news from the director himself, Matt Reeves. Now, if you guys don't know, his current movie, The War for the Planet of the Apes, I believe that's the title. Yes, it is. Well, that movie is coming out very soon, which is July 14th, I believe. And that means the production is pretty much officially done. The last thing he needs to do is, a lot of the press junkets and all of that jazz for the movie, and in these press junkets, people are starting to ask him about the Batman, because that is going to be his next film. And so we finally have started to get more information on his vision for this movie. Now, he hasn't said much because he came out and said in one of the interviews that he's been working on Planet of the Apes this whole time, so he hasn't really got to really solidify what he wants for this film, but that doesn't mean he didn't give us some interesting information. For starters, he said it was really crazy to be involved in two of the major franchises that he grew up, obsessing about. He worked on Planet of the Apes, he loved that when he was younger, but he also said he was obsessed with the Batman, and that was just something he really enjoyed as a child, so he's really stoked to be working on it, which that is always a plus for me. I feel like when somebody that was obsessed with the character before becoming the director or working on the film, I feel like they always bring something that, they bring this awesome perspective because they want it to be great. They want this thing that they loved as a child to be even more amazing nowadays, so people continue to love it. Here's part of a quote from comingsoon.net that did an interview with him where he talks about why he loves Batman so much. What I find so interesting about him as a character is that as far as a superhero goes, he's not superhuman. He's a person. And he's a tortured soul who's grappling with his past and trying to find a way to be in the world that has a lot of wrongs with it, and trying to find a way to reconcile all of that. So right there, I love that because he knows that Batman is a human. He's not going to have Batman doing all this other crazy stuff. He's going to treat him as a human being. He doesn't have superpowers. He's just this really exceptional, awesome human being. So I can't wait to see that, because sometimes, I feel like some people would probably go crazy with the character, like, oh, he could beat anybody ever, which, a lot of fans think that, but I do love when they keep the human side of the character. But this is my favorite part from some of these interviews that he talked about, and they were asking about his approach to the film, and he says he has a very Alfred Hitchcock approach to this movie. For me, point of view is really important. I want to make sure you are experiencing something from the perspective of the main character in the story. I'm a huge Hitchcock fan. I like the idea of being immersed in that perspective. The idea to make you, the audience, feel what the character feels. I love that because it does seem like we're going to get a story that is going to be focused on Batman and from his perspective, because a lot of these movies, I feel like a lot of superhero movies, they don't concentrate so much on the character, they concentrate on the amazing things the character can do, and not so much what that character's feeling. And I think that's kind of what Wonder Woman took the direction and changed it. We got to see from the perspective of Diana, what was going on with her, how she was feeling with these things, her main goal, and when that goal fails, what is she gonna do with it? I think those stories have so much more power than a story that has amazing, special effects and crazy fights. Although I want that shit. I want some amazing fights in movies, especially superhero movies that involve Batman, but I think in the end, the story, what makes a great movie is what that character goes through and how that character perseveres into, the outcome of the movie, throughout the outcome of the movie. Now, I'm not too sure about you guys, but I'm probably going to go watch War for the Planet of the Apes when it comes out, just to kind of see how, Matt Reeves' style is. I haven't really seen any of his movies. One, I wasn't really interested in watching Cloverfield. I haven't seen the other Planets of the Apes, and I know he's made another movie that a lot of other people like. So I haven't really got to see a lot of Matt Reeves movies, and I do want to watch them because I want to see what we're in for with, this upcoming Batman movie. If you guys have seen his movies, do let me know in the comment sections down below if they're really awesome. I don't know if any of you have got a sneak peek at War for the Planet of the Apes, but I'm hearing really good things. People are saying it's amazing. It's getting a lot of buzz, kind of like Wonder Woman did, so that excites me. But the biggest thing I'm hearing about War for the Planet of the Apes is that the soundtrack, or I should say the score for the movie, is amazing. It's so good. And I have mentioned this many, many times, and you guys, if you've ever come to the live streams, you know I am a huge fan of movie scores because they make everything better. Music makes everything better, in my opinion, and I feel like that's what can make or break an awesome movie. Well, Michael Giacchino, who worked on War for the Planet of the Apes, says he would be interested in working working on the Batman, and one thing that you will notice in Hollywood is directors tend to work with the same people that score all their movies because they know what they're gonna get. If they worked out one time and they're like, oh, amazing, hell yeah, let's do this, bada bing, bada boom, they work with them again. Just look at Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer. Freaking Zack Snyder tried to bring on Hans Zimmer for everything, but I think Hans Zimmer would have kept working on Zack Snyder films had BVS not got bad critically acclaimed, like, you know, critic ratings. And he was just like, I'm retiring from superhero movies, I'm done. So Hans Zimmer's working on a whole bunch of other stuff. But then Junkie XL came in, and he was kind of like, I'll take over, I'm down with this. So, you know, we got the next person to work on a bunch of superhero movies that isn't Hans Zimmer. But if this dude wants to score the Batman movie, and he has an amazing score for Planet of the Apes, I am totally down with that, and I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. I tried to, like, find songs about it, but I should just wait until I watch the movie because, you know, I feel like if you hear the songs before the movie, it kind of takes away from the movie, so I just want to go ahead and see this from my own perspective. But that's really exciting if, you know, somebody that has an amazing score wants to do the Batman and, you know, has worked with Matt Reeves before. That means it's going to be just, it's going to all gel together. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting really excited for the Batman. It does look like it's not going to start filming until next year, and the release date that they were thinking about using was supposed to be next year, so do not expect the Batman movie until at least 2019. But I do want to hear all of your guys' perspectives on this little bit of Batman news we got. Are you excited for this movie? Do you not care? What do you want to see in this movie? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you ever want to support the channel, don't forget you can check out the Patreon like these awesome people did, or you can do the OG thing and just give this video a like and share it with all of your Batman buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bam!